You hit me like a vision. I wasn't expecting. But who am I to tell fate where it's supposed to go with it? Don't you blink your mind.
Okay, it's 6:52, and there's the bus. You've never had a bus before. How do you feel about the bus?
I like having a bus.
Do you like having a bus?
My daughter, Miller, she's going to be 4. She loves the bus.
She loves the bus. She's going to be 4 next month. And there's your big picture on the bus. How do you feel about having your picture and your name on a bus?
It's all right. Well, 2 out of 3, pretty good looking. My wife there, my daughter Miller, both beautiful.
Maybe you should have just left
the
them
average
there,
a little bit. And the kids, we have kids on the street. They love when the bus pulls up to the house. They all want my dog Tavish to be on there too.
What kind of dog is Tavish?
He's one of those Nova Scotia duck tollers. You know those breed?
Oh yes, our director Mike Pang has one of those.
Great dogs.
They're beautiful.
Great with kids, kind of medium size, about 45 pounds or so at biggest. Great. He's now 11 months, so his birthday's coming up too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
11 months. Good times.
Is it still puppy?
Yes.
Okay.
Till you get over the year and a half.
Okay.
And hopefully they stay as kind of puppies.
You know what I mean? Puppyish.
So the election campaign is officially underway. How do you feel?
I feel great. I just feel people are looking for a change. They don't want 4 more years of Dalton McGuinty who's going to increase taxes, put the hydro bill through the roof, and waste more of your money. We've had great receptions.
You guys are going at it already. The two of you are going at it already. Let me ask you this.
You bet.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
There's something I want you to know.
Yeah.
People, I don't think anymore, care about the attack ads or anything like that, or what you think about the other guy. We want to know what you're going to do.
You bet.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to give average families relief. I just find middle-class families, people are struggling today to higher taxes, hydro bills. They're worried about their jobs. So here's our plan. It's called Changebook, and people can get it at changebook.ca. The bottom line, we're going to take the HST off the basics, off your home heating and your home hydro bill, and that debt retirement charge off your hydro bill as well.
How are you going to make up the difference?
Well, first of all, people need a break. We want to have people have the confidence to spend. If we want to create jobs in Ottawa and Eastern Ontario, middle-class families need to have the confidence to spend. So how do you get out of a deficit? One, you stop spending on all these bad ideas like this affirmative action program for foreign workers, waste of money. Secondly, you need the economy to grow. You need people working so they can spend, and as more people work, more revenue comes into the provincial coffers.
Okay. Do you have a job creation plan?
Yeah, we do. We're going to make Ontario the best place in all of Canada to get a job, the best place to start a small business and see it grow. I don't want to see Ontario at the back of the pack. We'll be a leader.
Shouldn't we be leading this country?
We should. I mean, I want to say I'm proud.
Seriously, like I know out west and they got some good things going on in Alberta and BC and so on, but shouldn't we be leading this country?
We're Ontario. We're Ontario. We're the engine that drives this country.
I think you're right.
I'll tell you quick, Kurt. My grandparents came to Ontario from what was then Czechoslovakia, Slovak, and they didn't speak a word of the language, only a few bucks in their pockets, but they saw Ontario as a place of hope and opportunity, and they worked hard. And because of their sacrifice, I could be the first premier whose voters willing, whose family comes from outside the British Isles. And that speaks,
right?
Honestly, and that speaks to the incredible culture of opportunity of this great province. But as a father of a little girl who's about to turn 4, I worry about the track we're on, that this next generation won't do as well as the one before it. And I cannot believe that we're actually a have-not province under Dalton McGuinty.
What else is it you bring, you being leader and as a party, what else can you bring that the current government doesn't have going for?
Okay. So I talked about the relief, and there's some more we're going to do, like a middle-class tax cut to help middle-class families who are really getting squeezed in Bell's Corners and Nepean today. Can't forget those Bell's Corners voters.
Beautiful BC, my friend.
Second thing, government can no longer try to be all things to all people. We just cannot try to throw money at every problem that's out there. So we're going to set 2 points of focus, health and education. I think that meets with the priorities of the vast majority of your viewers here today. And we'll find 2 cents in every dollar we spend outside of health and education. So cut out the waste, cut out the fraud, stop these secret backroom deals. And I'll tell you what, I'll also shrink the size of my cabinet by at least a third. I'll start the leadership at the top.
Those are some good plans. They're lofty, lofty goals.
And it's, again, all available through our local PC candidates or at changebook.ca.
All right. What do you bring? What do you bring as an individual that Dalton McGuinty doesn't have?
Well, I'll tell you a bit about my background. First of all, I'm a dad to a little girl who's turning 4. Starts her first day of junior kindergarten today.
Ah, nice.
I'm here with you. I'm going to miss her.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm glad to be on the show, but...
yeah, I got you. I hear you.
Secondly, married from the border town of Fort Erie, beautiful wife, Debbie, and I grew up in a typical middle-class family. My dad was a high school principal, now retired. My mom, a special needs teacher. And we lived in that sort of typical neighborhood where you knew your neighbors, you usually liked them too, and understand the struggles that families are going through today. That hydro bill is sitting on the kitchen table, they're afraid to open it. The parents are worried that the same jobs aren't going to be there to help their kids succeed, to get a nice home themselves someday, or a decent car. And very much focused on fighting for ordinary, hardworking families who pay their bills, but seem to be last on the list of this government's priorities.
Gotcha. You like to cook ribs?
I love my ribs.
I heard this is your recipe. I know you had your people working on setting it all up because you're busy. I understand. But these apparently are your ribs.
These are my ribs with, I'll tell you, it started out something called Elvis ribs. I went to the Elvis Festival in Collingwood.
I gotta go to
These are the ribs that, the way Elvis Presley liked them, and I've added my own little flourishes over time.
Okay.
One of my favorite things to do on a summer or fall day.
Provincial PC leader Tim Hudak will make ribs on this very program this very day. I'm very excited about that.
You gonna have some?
Yes. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure,
It's
Kurt.
good to chat with you. All right, 6:58. You'll see that big blue bus all over the place because it'll be nonstop till October 6th, I guess.
You got it.
Yeah. Tim's going to cook some ribs for us, and we're going to get into hour 2 of CTV Morning Live in 2 minutes.